The development team performs several key responsibilities during the sprint. Firstly, they perform sprint execution. This is what the development team would spend the majority of their time on. Once the sprint planning meeting finishes, the team gets a sprint backlog and a sprint goal that they need to work on. The development team self-organizes themselves and collectively decide how they will plan and manage this work. It includes designing, building, integrating and testing the sprint backlog items to create a potentially shippable product. Secondly, they inspect and adapt each day to meet sprint goals. One of the critical strengths of the Scrum model is its agility and ability to adapt daily. The Scrum team participates in the daily Scrum meeting, where they collectively inspect the progress towards meeting the sprint goal. Based on the growth, they adapt the plan for the day, and it allows them to ensure there are no surprises towards the end of the sprint. Thirdly, they groom the product backlog. While a significant focus of the development team is to complete the sprint backlog, they still need to spend some time on product backlog grooming. The product owner is primarily responsible for backlog management. However, the development team assists him or her in refining, estimating, and prioritizing the backlog items. Usually, the development team spends a maximum of 10% of its available capacity for this activity. Next, they plan the sprint. At the start of each sprint, the development team participates in the sprint planning meeting, along with the product owner and Scrum Master. The development team helps the product owner in defining the goal of the sprint. They also determine how much work they can do realistically to meet the sprint goal. It is usually done by allocating story points to each story and comparing it with how many story points the development team has historically achieved in a sprint. If the development team has any questions on the requirement, they will clarify that with the product owner. At the end of each sprint, the development team has two opportunities to inspect and adapt: the sprint review and the sprint retrospective. In the sprint review, the development team demonstrates what they have accomplished in the sprint. The participants include the Scrum Master, the product owner, sponsors, and any other stakeholders. It allows everyone to inspect the increment and decide how to move forward. Finally, in the sprint retrospective, the development team, along with the product owner and Scrum Master, review how well the sprint was executed and what are the opportunities for improvement. These improvements could be process or technical.